The gills of this manta ray are the latest fetish of so-called modern Chinese medicine. This recent increase in demand has decimated the manta ray population by more than 50% within the last decade alone. Conservation groups are mobilizing to save the manta rays, including an Indonesian foundation based in the very remote Misool Islands of Raja Ampat, the cornerstone of marine biodiversity on our planet. In 2011, Andean merit miners worked with a local community to form Misool Baseftin, which is dedicated to preserving the habitat and sea life in this pristine and beautiful area.
We do a number of different things. We've got a manta ID and tagging project. So one of our dive sites is a manta cleaning station. So we've been tagging both reef mantas and oceanic mantas to track their behavioral patterns. And it's important to do that because Raja Ampat at the moment is a shark and manta ray sanctuary. But other areas outside Raja Ampat, people are still fishing for manta rays. So we've been working together with other partners to push the national government to make a complete ban on manta rays for the whole of Indonesia. And one of the really strong arguments for a national ban is that the manta rays migrate. So if they don't migrate, or if people believe they don't migrate, then they can say, okay, well, that's fine, just protect them in Raja Ampat because it has a good dive tourism industry, that's fine. We don't need to protect them in other places. So the fact that we've been able to show that they do migrate has been a very strong argument for making a national ban. After being here for a few years, I'd seen the conservation organisations make the argument and again and again and again to protect sharks and manta rays and all sorts of things, but always based on sort of ecosystems and things like that. Now what I wanted to do was to make an argument based on the economic value to tourism of protecting key megafauna species like manta rays and sharks, because government's always thinking about the economy. You know, that's their main aim, is to drive the economy. And the government of Raja Ampat have stated that it's a marine regency, and their two main economies are going to be fishing and marine tourism. So marine tourism was stated as one of their main economic drives. So once you start to look at the scientific data, it's staggering.
Each year, manta ray encounters generate over 15 million in dive and tourism revenue for Indonesia.
Hawaii, they make, I think it's $2.5 million US per year from manta ray related activities. In Yap, they looked at, Yap's famous for diving with manta rays, right? But actually they only have a population of about 100 manta rays. So they worked out that every single manta ray in its lifetime is worth $1.9 million to the Yap people. So you can go and spear that manta ray and cut their gills out to sell as Chinese medicine for $100, or you can protect it and have a couple of $1 million in its lifetime. So it's a very powerful argument, and it's the sort of argument you can present to the government and say, this is an economic argument. I'm a business person, right? You need to, increase the economy for the local people. Here's a way to do it, So it's the perfect solution for them.
In late 2010, Raja Ampat declared its waters to be a shark and manta ray sanctuary, and by early 2013 had strengthened this mandate into a provincial law. And in March 2013, conservation advocates successfully achieved CITES Appendix II status for manta rays, which is an important first step in restricting global trade.
Just after the CITES announcement, the government of Raja Ampat held a symposium in Jakarta, and they called the Minister of Fisheries and newspapers and everybody involved in that field. And the symposium was about the shark and maize sanctuary that the Raja Ampat government declared. So they, after CITES, they looked like the good guys because they were ahead of the game, right? But then it was one regency calling upon the government to make a ban. So that's then really powerful because that's you know, the head of a regency saying, hey, we did this because it's really good, you guys have to do it as well, you know. So that's really helped to sort of create a bit of a snowball effect in the momentum for manta rays being protected, so fingers crossed.
In spite of the progress being made, thousands of manta rays and their mobula cousins continue to be slaughtered in Indonesia and other nations. It will not end until the killing stops, or until these peaceful and amazing creatures are gone.